Good morning, good morning, good morning, my crafty friends. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya at Sidegigcrafts. Guys, I have been watching a couple videos and found out it's scrap timber. What? Yes, Margaret at 7 Plaza and Tony at Crafty by Tony. They are hosting an open collaboration that is scrap timber. So I hope that you guys will feel the urge to get in there and participate too. I'm going to be participating today because I need to use some scraps, and I found some that can go with a journal that I am creating currently. If you've been watching my channel, I am making a sewing journal from paper bags for another collaboration, and I thought, let's make something fun that'll end up in that journal. So why not mix it all together? I found some scraps that I think would be very beautiful in it, and let's play. Excuse me, I gotta drink some coffee because I need a little oomph today. Anyways, I've got some things out. Let's have a play today and see what we can come up with. I went into my scrap box and I found an old kit that had been gifted to me. It was this stuff, and I'd like to use some of this. This is just a blank paper. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I think it was a scrapbooking, you know, for like pictures and stuff. A kit for that, but it was gifted to me and I don't do scrapbooking like that. So I thought, let's get this out and see if there's something else we can do with it. This might actually be a fun page. I wonder if it's too big for that journal, but I could cut it. I mean, oh, why not? So we'll hold on to that. But we can use these pages to make some things to go in it. There's some black on the black and white on the other side. I do love this print too. So I'm having a little struggle figuring out exactly how I want to do it. I found, because it's a sewing journal, we're using scraps. I found these in my scrap box. They're not scraps, they're full pages, but these printables need to be used as well. And I think they fit the purpose for a sewing journal. So we're going to do probably some tags and journaling tags with that. I've got some pattern paper. I've got the instructions for the pattern. Again, it's a sewing theme. I found this little satin ribbon label that was in the scrap box. We're going to do something with that. And I found this little sewing kit. It's like a hotel sewing kit. They used to give these out all the time. And I'll be adding that in there. So I'd like to find a creative way to add this in too, to that journal. So I pulled those things out to work with today, and I've got some other stuff that I was playing with that journal the other day here still on my desk. So let's do it. Let me clear up some of this a little bit so we have a clean workspace, and I'll be right back and we'll get started. All right. Well, I didn't have a really good cleanup, but I did have a bit of one. So that'll have to do for now as I keep cleaning. So my thought is I want to do a masterboard with some of these papers and things to make some journaling cards, make some, I don't know, Franken paper kind of stuff to use for some different projects. This, I could use that. And, you know, I've got lots of things around my desk, so why not just use some of these things to clean up? I mean, I saved them for a reason. Some of these things just need to be put away, and you know, I get busy and stuff, so lame excuses, I know. All right, I'm going to start with this because I am going to use this as a page in there. What I'm going to do, I want to keep it layered this way, and I'm going to fold these in half. There's this black and white on the back side, and I think that would be beautiful in this book, except they're not perfect, but I guess that's okay. I don't know if somebody cut these out or if that's how the kit, I don't know. I don't know if somebody made this kit or if it was purchased this way. I have no idea where it came from. No idea. But we're going to use it how we want to. It's going to be too tall anyway because this is the cover. So it's going to be too tall. So I have to trim some of that back. So that's all right. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And again, this one's bigger than that one, so it's going to definitely have to be trimmed too. So this one's going to sit inside this one. And let's see, this is my cover. I don't mind showing you my cover. You got to watch those videos though, because you got to. We're going to be doing some of the same techniques with it, but I want to cut this the same size. So I'm just going to lay it up against here and cut it. and we're not going to be working on the journal today, but I am going to be working on stuff to go with the journal because it doesn't make sense to do a whole nother project for me right now, especially when time is limited and such. So I think that'll be great. We'll be able to use that inside. These will be different pages and can be decorated and stuff and written on, whatever. So that's going to go with that. And I'll have to figure out how to attach that later on. So that's kind of done. Ta-da! All right, let's clean those up. I also found on my desk a doily that I was cutting and using in another project. I found some labels. I found some extra scraps of the Tim Holtz paper. So these are all great to do collage and make some beautiful cards with. I found this punched out. It's perfect. It matches. I mean, I could have just thrown that away, but I think we can use it. And I'll set those aside for now because I want to get some base papers. I've got these. I found this coaster. I think would be fun. Let's make this happen. We're going to do a collage on this, and then we're going to need a focal point. I don't know what that's going to be yet. But for now, let's decorate it. I'm kind of going to probably do something similar to this so it looks like it's coordinated. And this will be a journaling spot on the back, or maybe it's it can be used in the book, like when you're writing in the book, to put behind it so that it's something firm to write on. So I think I'm going to decorate it similar to this. And so I'll show you kind of how that goes. I probably won't be able to sew around the edges because this is pretty thick, but I will do some sewing on whatever. No, I won't, because then I won't be able to write on it. And the paste is going to be tough too. Well, I'm going to decorate it however I want to. This could be the focal point right there. That could be it. That would be really pretty. We could use these pieces. We could use these pieces in the background. This could be our focal. That would be amazing. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's get started. Let's get started. Can this go behind here somehow? It can. And perhaps it should or shouldn't. I don't know. I think I'd like something lighter. We're going to put... Let's put some of this denim back there. I'm totally undecided because this is just, coming to me right now. And if you've been with me for a while, I just kind of go by the seat of my pants and just enjoy myself. It's just a creative time for me. And no stress, just happy times. And we just figure it out as we go. And excuse the thumping. I got to get this stuff off the drawer so I can actually close it so I can open my other drawer. And let's see my ruler. Guys, what have I done with my supplies? I really am a little buried over here. And that's okay. I just wanted something to tear with, and I think my other ruler's in my bedroom. So let's use this. Here's one. We're going to need smaller pieces because that is a smaller scrap. So let's just start right here. See, wouldn't that make a cute bookmark just like that? I love these printables. I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't recall where I got them. If anybody knows, please feel free to put it in the comments. But I don't remember where I got them. They were on Etsy, but I don't remember. Put some of this behind here. Here, let's use glue stick. We got to use glue stick up. I don't like glue stick, but I don't like to waste either, so we'll use glue stick. Glue stick does come in handy for these things. So there is a purpose for glue stick. I just don't prefer. You don't have to make squares to do your collage. You can make any shape you want to. You can make it crooked, you can make it straight, you can make it circles, whatever you want. You can use all the different shapes. And we're going to be layering these up. So I'm just kind of putting the darkest ones down below, and we'll add to it as we go. And I don't need all of that to be covered in denim and lace, but it is pretty. Okay, so let's use some pattern paper, or the instruction paper. Let's see if we got some good images here that are close to the edge. I like to get the ones closest to the edge so I can tear towards the middle and not, like, this is a really good piece, but it's too big for this, really. But I would like to maybe put this piece on here. The Simplicity primer part. Well, I won't get the number because it'll take her head off, so we'll just take this part right here. And this is just a pattern from, I don't know if it's, I don't know. I don't know if this is from my own collection. I've got a whole bunch of vintage patterns that, in my craft room, but I don't know if these were from those or if this is from a thrift find. I'm not sure. It's probably one of mine from some point. Let's go like right there. We'll tear that at the edge there. Got quite a few of them myself, so, but you don't need much on a piece like this because you know, this, it doesn't take much, and those pages are big, so you could be, I've been working with the same couple patterns in my scraps for a while. And we'll trim the edges when we're done. I do want paper underneath the tissue paper because it'll show better instead of the white behind it. As you can see, it would just be, you could see everything underneath. So I kind of want to put something else underneath there. Let's use some of this golden, some of this. I think there might be a smaller piece. Yeah, there's some smaller pieces. I don't want to waste the big one. We'll just kind of put a piece here. I'm gonna tear it like I did the others. Just something like that. This is a lot thicker than those others, so this might be a bumpy journal card, but that's okay too. Just want to cover the background. I don't want my lines to match. I want it to be rough edges there. And then we'll need something else here. I mean, I could put another one of those. If I put, where'd my centerpiece go? Where did my ribbon label go? There it is. If we put this in the middle, that's not going to stand out very much, is it? Nope. I might want something else as my focal point because it's not very focal. I could put this here, but that would lose that primer thing. I could do that. Let's do that. Let's cut this one right here. I can use the rest of this scrap for something else in the book. That will work just fine. I don't know where to glue this. I don't want to get glue everywhere. There we go. All right, now to the back of it, we need to get back here and trim some of this off. Take scissors. This is just a really thick piece of chipboard. And I don't know where it came from either. No idea. Are you guys crafting too? Are you guys excited about fall crafting? I've got a lot going on right now, but I'm excited to get my head about me again and get back to it. I know it's been kind of hit and miss with me, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm kind of going through it right now. some days are harder than others, but I am currently, I'm still at my job, but I'm currently in interviews with 2 other companies, and I'm super excited about the opportunities, and I'm scared to death. Change does not work well for me. I mean, I don't like change at all. And one of the companies is something totally new to me, something totally different than I've ever done. And it would be a huge learning curve. So that makes me really nervous, but also very excited about doing something different, you know, being out of retail and doing something different and learning something new. I'm super excited about that opportunity, but I kind of don't think it's going anywhere. So the other one is back in the grocery business, where I've spent a lot of time. I'm more than knowledgeable in that field. And this particular company that I'm interviewing with jumped at my application, and I mean, I heard from them I've heard from them every day, and I actually have an interview with the district manager today. So wish me luck. It's not because I'm not happy where I'm at. It's because I've got things in my life where I need a little bit more, and finances and stuff. And I'm grateful for what I am paid, but I need a little bit more than what is going on. So I'm just looking for opportunities, and I think it would be a good fit. So just looking to improve, you know, and improve myself and improve my circumstances always. That's kind of what we do, right? So yeah. So that's what's going on, and it's been hard for me, mentally, emotionally. And so I apologize. I've kind of been a little absent, and I feel bad about it because I've let go of some obligations and just kind of wallowing in my ownness. And that's not right. I shouldn't be doing that. So keep me on my toes, guys. Tell me, hey, you're slacking off. We need some videos, all right? Keep me going, because this is my sanity. This is what helps me. Even when I'm picking paste off of a stencil, it makes a difference. So I'm going to put a little bit on here. Since I did that on the outside, I want to bring in elements from the cover into the journal so that it is cohesive. And I used this stencil, and I used this patina paste, and I didn't clean very well, as you can see. So it did make a mess, and I don't know if this is the best idea to use the same spatula that's still dirty, but we're going to. We are going to, and I'm just gonna put some on there. I didn't get to see, I saw Tony made a video the other day about making texture paste, I think. I need to go check that video out, because as much texture paste as I've had to throw away because I don't use it often enough, I would love to see how she does it. She's such a talented crafter, you guys. If you don't know Margaret and Tony, you really need to, and I will have them tagged in this video. And if you feel like participating in the challenge, use the hashtag that they set up for us. That's also going to be in the description box. And play along. I think it's going to be a great time, great fun, and a great way to encourage each other. When you use the hashtag, you can actually, people can put that hashtag in the search bar and find your video. It's going to be that's how they can find it. So it's a great way to get yourself out there and show people that you're playing along, and they'll find you. And then Tony and Margaret can find you too, and I can find you because I want to go support you too. So this is a great way to go ahead and bump that card up. We're gonna I'm gonna set this aside and let it dry. I still need to find a focal point. I'm not happy with not having a focal point, but I don't know what that's gonna be. It's not gonna be that label because we use that label here, and I think that was the right choice. So we're gonna put that aside for now, and I'm gonna put my sticky paste up over here where it's not gonna get on me like it already has, and we'll put this away. We'll do some cleaning later. It does take a while to dry. I don't think it's preferable to use the hairdryer with this one, or the the heat tool, so I'm not going to. We're just going to set it aside and let it do its thing. And I'll clean that stuff up later. And I made a mess, which tells me that we're probably going to put some of that paste on here too, because it's already on there. But for now, we'll set that one aside too, because it's wet. Okay. Oh, here's a ruler. There's my ruler. One of them. All right. Now I have two on my desk. We'll put one up. Let's get some more coffee, huh? Like I need it. I'm just talking. All right. I think what I'd like to do also, or next, I was going to do masterboard. Question is, what do we do it on? God, I love this paper. I really don't want to do it on here. And I love this side. And I love this side, but maybe, actually with that patina paper in there, that wouldn't be so bad, would it? I don't like it. I mean, I do, but not together. How about, I've got some of these tags too that would be really pretty in there. We could totally make them work too. Oh, I got to do some masterboard collaging on these. How about that? We've got some of these that we need to, that one doesn't really go. That one does. This one, not so much. I'm just looking for some that are kind of themed similarly. Some of these are Christmas that I've got. This one, that's too Christmas, right? Even though it's got the buttons on it. I could change, I think I'm gonna leave that one back for Christmas. Okay, so let's do some on here. Let's put some of these papers and things on here. And kind of similarly to what we just did, I could just put a solid piece back here, to tell you the truth. Like, it's really pretty together, isn't it, the black? Do I have, I don't want the bugs. Ooh, there's a piece. We could make this a little pocket tuck spot. That'd be kind of cute, wouldn't it? Should we do that? Let's do it. If we get an inspiration, we gotta go with it. We're gonna put just a little thumb notch in there, just a little one. Makes it more obviously a pocket. And we're gonna have to cut part of that off, so I found my bigger scissors. I think they're in my bedroom though. Like they're gonna do me any good in there. I was cutting out some doll patterns, so I left them in there. Again, doesn't do me any good in there. And now let's go ahead and run these. I'm just making something fun. Let's ink this one up. When you darken the edges, even just a little bit, it helps it stand out a little bit more, makes it more obvious that it's a pocket. Sometimes when people are flipping through your books, they don't know what they can open and what they can't, so they're afraid to try because they don't want to ruin it. Well, did I not? Oh, I didn't use this glue yet. That would be why. So I like to try to make my pockets a little more obvious by putting thumb notches in and inking the edges. It does help. And when I do crafty events, like when I take my booth to Michael's and such, I notice that people are scared to touch. And it's like, no, please do. You know, I tell everybody, please feel free to touch. That's what it's about. And they're so excited to be able to pick something up and touch it. It's like, please, you know, you're not going to know if you like it if you don't touch it. So I always encourage that. What do I want to put on the back? So I think I want to put some of this on the back. And I think I'm just going to put it flat, and then I wish it would cover the whole thing though. Maybe we'll do it this way and put like a topper up here. Maybe something like that, and I'll trim the top off. Let's just do that. Or at least look at it. Well, I don't want to put another pocket on the back side because then it's just going to get too bulky probably. Maybe not. That's my thought. Just glue that down. And then trim around. There we go. We got that so far. I mean, I could even put this one up here. That would be perfect. Let's just do that. It's the same paper as the front. But this one's just not a pocket. Okay. There. That brings it all together. We'll trim, and it fits perfectly. We'll trim around here. And in fact, I could even take my sewing machine around to this one, which I will probably do. But for now, we've got that. So, and we've got a little pocket here for something special. Ooh, like something like maybe a sewing kit. What? That's disappeared. We know it's here somewhere, right? Here it is. Will this fit in there? It might not. Or it might. We could put that in there. Look how cute that is. I feel like I need a bigger pocket though. I don't feel like that's the answer for that one. I'm going to make sure I sew around that before we're finished. Let's do another one. We'll just keep going. That way I can take everything to the sewing machine at the same time if I want to sew it. I still want to find a focal point for that one piece. Let's I mean, since we've got this in hand, we could go ahead and make a pocket for it, something specific. Or maybe it needs to be a little belly band that would hold it on. That would be cute too. What about using that as a belly band? Would work perfectly. It needs to be stronger, so we could use perhaps you guys, I'm so blind right now. Okay. This could go under. And then that could tuck. So we could put this up. Actually, we could make this, we're going to make this a little smaller too. I think I want the carte postal on there. So it's going to go, use glue stick. Ugh. Straight across here. It should be close enough. It's a little over. That's okay. We can fix that. And I want to put this kind of, we're just going to glue right here and make it a little belly band right about here. And I'm going to make it stick up just a little bit. All you have to do, because this one's a little bit longer and that's how I wanted it, you can push in on the edges, and that's going to make that paper pucker just a little bit, but that'll give room for the sewing kit to fit in there without any issue. And then we should be able to put this in here, and then we'll tuck it into its little because it's a matchbox kind of thing. We'll just tuck it in there and that'll hold that tight. Now I do want to trim it up here. I want to keep that word on there because I like it there. So we'll just trim this part off. And then we will round the corners on this one. And we've got a super cute little card with the little sewing kit on it. And I will be also around this one too. Now we could leave the back of this the way it is and glue it down onto a page, which is what I'm thinking I might do. Or we can cover the back of it for a writing journal spot, or we could leave it, make it a tuck in the book, would be nice too. I think I'm going to leave it alone, and we'll either use it as a tuck or glue it flat down. Probably as a tuck is what I'm thinking. That way, when it's glued in on this side and this side, they can still tuck a piece of paper in this way. So I think that's what we'll do, but I will be sewing that as well. So we'll put that aside for now. What's next? We got to do some more. Why not? All right. How about, we've got this one. We've got this one to do. What do we want to do with this one, guys? I don't even think that's straight. We're gonna straighten it up. Kind of excited. I talked to my daughter last night about our trip to California coming up, and she booked her tickets, and it's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited to go home and see everybody. Can't wait. It's been too long. Years. It's been years, and that's just really not like me, but it's just been impossible to get there. And I think that's part of what's going on with me right now too, is I miss home. Holidays are coming up. My house is still in a construction zone, so I don't feel like I'm at home, in my own home. And it'll be just nice to get away and refresh and come back all better. So nice. Okay, so I got a couple of these. Well, I could trim that a little bit more and just kind of put these on there. Or something. Could do that. And then I could put another piece of paper on top of that for a focal, and then, or a writing spot. Should we do that? I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I love this paper with it again. Ooh, what about that? We could put some of this here, some of this here, and that would be in the middle. Kind of put it the right size, and then it might be easier to see if I like it. In fact, we could make this like a long pocket and put it a little bit lower. Let's do that. These won't, oh, maybe they will match up exactly. I think I have to turn it though. Turn it this way, and it does fit exactly. Wow, like it was meant to be. Which way was it? This way? No, this way. Yeah, those edges are perfect. Okay, and then this one needs to go this way. So I'm going to thumb notch. And then I'm going to put a little bit of paper on top of that. And then I'm going to like before. And ink, like before. I'll just do the top and the bottom because I'm going to have to cut the sides anyway. And we'll put this like right here. And then something like that. Did I not glue the bottom? I didn't. Gretchen is in the next room and I can hear her snoring all the way in here. Silly dog. She has been sleeping so much lately. Okay. Now I could even put this down here, which would be nice, and cover that. I mean, I'm covering up that other piece, which was a waste, but I think it's okay. I think I'm going to do that. It's just pretty. I suppose I could have put it on this side too. This still looks crooked to me. Why does it look so crooked? Is it? It's not. Well, maybe it is actually. Okay, I've got that all the way against the edge. Why does it look so crooked? This one too. This does too. Okay, that should be good. And then I don't think I'll be able to use my corner rounder, so I'm just going to clip these edges like this, just to soften them up just a touch. And then ink around. Cute. Okay, and then we've got that. And then on the back we've got a pocket that we can stick something into. So let's make something to put in there. No reason to leave it blank, right? Let's maybe we can just use yellow card. Would be nice. So how wide is this? This is about 2.5 inches. Let's do a 2-inch. We'll do 2 of those because I think I had another pocket that I need something for. So we'll just do 2 inches for that one too. And use that for something else. Is that correct? We have this one. Yep. And we have this one. Now on these, I do want around the corners because I think it looks nicer. And I will ink them as well. Oh, come on now. All right. I didn't use any of my pattern paper, did I? I didn't really freaking paper anything. I could still. Okay. won't even fit. Oh, you know what? It does fit, but that paper that I glued on the back is catching. And it doesn't want to slide in there. So we're just going to use our bone folder and stretch that paper just a little bit so that there's a little bit more room inside. And there needs to be some glue right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a minute and I am going to go sew around these little things that we made. And I'm going to come back. We're going to put them all together. Well, that was easy. All right, you guys, this is how they turned out. I think I'll probably put some labels on them or something. Oh, this is too wide now. But I don't want to do that just yet. I'm not ready yet for that because I don't know what they'll say. So this one is probably too wide too. Let's go ahead and just trim it back just a little. We could use those pieces for something as well. We could even put a little hole in these to make them like, to put ribbon on if we wanted to. And I can do that. Perhaps. But perhaps not right now because it's taking me time to dig through that stuff and we don't have a lot of that left. We're about at our max, so here we go. We'll just ink those up really quick and put them back in the little pockets since we trimmed them up. Yeah, I think I'd rather decorate them later. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with them yet, so I think this will be good to just leave them alone for now and come back to it when I have a little better idea what I want to do. I feel like this one needs something more in it too. So we've got those pocket tags as well as this one that will be a tuck. We did our little card, which I think turned out great. I do feel like I need to put some gesso on here just to tone it back just a little bit. But these are all great parts of our journal that we're working on in the other collab. So, you know, get out your scraps, have fun in Scraptember. Let's make some beautiful things out of what we've got and use up those boxes of scraps that we all have. And I can tell you right now, sitting in the middle of mine, I've got way too many. So Scraptember is an excellent way to use them up and to focus on clearing up our craft room. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you get out and craft. Take some time. Love your friends and family. Have an amazing day. See you next time. Bye-bye.